it's Erin Reed, and welcome back to another video from my card swaps. And this one is, again, all about no sentiments. This is the last one of this series. And today we're going to take a look at a few cards I've gotten previously from other swaps, but definitely fit into this category, and also some ones that are made from the swap, and then a couple that I made as well. Okay, so the first one that we're getting into is from Kelly Powell. She made two different versions of the card, 10 of each, very cool. And one thing that's cool about a sentimentalist or a generic card is that it can kind of fit to a lot of different categories. It doesn't have to just be one thing. Like you put happy birthday stamp on it, it only fits for happy birthday. But these could fit for a lot of things like happy birthday, thinking of you, thank you, best wishes, sympathy. So many fun ideas that you could use this for. And it just, you can go masculine, feminine, and you can keep it in your card stash. You can always add a stamp if you want to later on or on the inside to fit the category that you're using it for. Okay, so these are both from Kelly Powell. The first one that she has done is a lavender card, or kind of a purpley, light purple card. Little stamp on the background. On the inside, she's put a little bit of a white insert, and then she has, ooh, that's a little bit different. This is a sticker. I thought it was that she handed it. This is a sticker, and then she's taken some silver pen and kind of flicked it to make it got a little bit of an element of that flower. Very pretty. She's then taken a white cardstock, die cut that, or cut that out to be a rectangle, hashed all the way around the edges, and then she has taken and she's done like a reverse die. So instead of die cutting and placing on top, she die cut out of the whites and placed the color behind it. So for instance, where you see green, it's actually been cut out of the white and the green is behind it. So there's actually a layer of green paper. You can see that right in there. So this entire back has got green. But there's some sections that have purple. So she's put in layers of where there is some purple and then also where the dots are. So I'm not quite sure. I think she just laid in the purple, which is pretty cool. Or she also, oh, you know what she did? I see exactly what she did. So she's got three things going on. We have a purple base, right? So everywhere you see purple, it's actually from the base of this card right here. She's taken the green cardstock and she has die cut out where there is the flower, where there's this flower, where these petals are. Some of the circles she has die cut out, and everywhere it wasn't die cut out of the green, she's just and obviously everything's been die cut out of the white. So it's three separate layers. Some of it's been die cut through the white and the green. Some of it's just through the white, so the green pops out. And then she added a couple extra flowers on top with a few gems all laid in there. And she's taken a glittery pen in some of these little circles and stuff and added some little extra somethings in there. That's very, very pretty. That took some time to layer and then line it up just perfectly, so it's perfect. That's awesome. Very cool. That's genius. Next one is we have a pink cardstock, or pink cardstock base, and she's rounded the corners on these two edges. I think that's just so smart. I like that. White insert right here, again rounded, so not on all sides, just on this one side right here. And then she has a strip. That's paper. I thought maybe this was washi tape, but this is just paper. This is a pretty pattern, very like 60s vibe pattern paper, very cool. We have, and everything's been inked, which I think that's my kind of thing. I love to ink. And she's a very messy inking, which is cool because it has a whole different vibe compared to a clean ink. This is a very kind of messy ink, very distressed looking, very pretty. We have a black border right here, black cardstock. On top of that is a white that she's inked. Then we added the ribbon, and the ribbon is tucked underneath the white, and she's actually wound it through 2 times, then tied a bow. And then we have a stamped image that she has again done a little bit smaller, nested it between the 2 layers, and have this just black stamped flower. Again, very heavy inking on the edge of that. Very cool. Love it. All right, this next set of 5 cards came from Monique, and what she noticed is she said, you have a lot of people, or we have this round of swaps, we didn't have a ton of people, which is why I'm adding in cards from some of our other things that we've done, just because it's summer. It's just the way it is. And she said, so what I'm going to do is instead of giving you 10 of all the same card, I'm going to give you, she actually gave me 20 cards, and she changed it up, so she gave me 5 different versions. So she went the extra mile to come up with some more designs of sentimentalist cards. You rock. Okay, the first one down here, it's so pretty. It is a purple, it's actually this way. It is a very bright, beautiful violet purple, like super brilliant. I'm into purple right now. Can you tell my nails? And then we have a pattern paper that is like a mint green. So striking between those 2 colors. I love that. And this pattern paper right here has like this vine action happening to it. We then have a nesting die stamp set. I believe this is nesting. This could have been cut from a Cricut or something, but she's been cut. It's beautiful kind of label with these gorgeous colors. The back one in the white has gotten embossed, and it's just a series of dots. So either the paper came that way or she embossed it. That part I'm not sure. And then another pattern paper that's very similar in color tone, but it's a different pattern, and it's got a foiling action going on. Underneath that, she's got a ribbon, and it's just a little simple gold ribbon that comes through here. And then 3 flowers nested together that have been kind of embossed. They have some texture to them. So either she's done that, or it could have been like bot flowers. I'm not sure. But she has definitely added her own center of some gold, like Nuvo drops from Tonic, or stickles. Or they're not stickles. They're pearlescent, but they're very pretty. And just that's it. Very, very simple and so gorgeous. I think this one is just stunning. It's amazing how just simple black and white is just amazing. So this could actually be a wedding card or a thank you or a birthday. I mean, there's so many ways this can go. And there's another one that's just like that, that's over here. She's definitely taken the same concept, but just changed it up. All right, so what she has done is she has taken an embossing folder and embossed, you can see it's on the inside too. And on the white, it's so pretty. She put her name on the background. It's just a white cardstock. It's just so simple, but it's so brilliantly beautiful. It's got all these swirl patterns, and there's 3 butterflies, and they're right here. Now, she doesn't have that exact butterfly shape, but she's taken something very similar, and she's taken it in black, layered it on top, and then added a little gem in the center of the body, so you can really see it. So gorgeous. This card is almost identical. It's the same, except she did it in black. The one change is that instead of using black butterflies, she didn't put butterflies, she just left it. So for the butterflies, all she's done is add a little gem body in the center there. And on the black, you can really see the butterflies pop really well. She could have done the reverse. She could have taken the white butterflies on a white paper and added them, but it works this way too. So it's kind of the same concept, but 2 different directions. And this card could be used for so many different things. This could be a sympathy card. This could be, you know, somebody's passed away kind of a thing, a get well soon card, a wedding card because of the coloration here. So many options with this particular card. I absolutely love that. It could even be a birthday card. I mean, pretty much everything you could use this for, hands down. Love that. Here is another beautiful card. I love this. So it's a black cardstock base. And she didn't add an insert on the inside, which is absolutely fine because you could still write on here with a white pen or like a metallic pen, would show beautifully on that black. And it just makes it that much more elegant when you write it on there. So cool. All right, we have a strip of white paper, and she has embossed it to make it look like wood grain. Very pretty. Over top of that, we have a doily, and she sliced it in half. So when she die cut this, or it could have been a Cricut cut or a silhouette cut, when she sliced it in half, she used the other half when she made more of these cards. So you can kind of double duty when you're doing this. And if you made a full section, she only took half of this, so the other half, if she embossed the whole entire sheet of paper, cut it in half, the other white sheet would go for the other side too, for another card. It's genius. Then we have this beautiful die cut swirl right here in this brown, some little vines here, and then a really pretty, and this is a pre-made flower. I'm thinking she may have done this. I mean, you can make them. I'm not sure if this is a bought flower or if this is one she made, but it's gorgeous in this really pretty teal color. And to balance the teal, she's added a little gem here in the corner. Very simple, but very, very elegant. I love that. All right, here's a fun one. She had a blast with this. I love that. So here we have a cream cardstock base. We have this kind of olive colored cardstock as a mat, and then on top of that, this super gorgeous pattern paper of all these butterflies and bird cages. And then on top of that, she's added even more butterflies that she has die cut out in red. And it looks like they're coming out of this envelope. Now, either she's bought the envelope or it's she made it, which is possible. And it's just in white. So it looks like the envelope popped open. There's a gem that like probably was holding the envelope, that it popped open, and the butterflies are flying out of it and like fleeing, and it's so pretty. Love that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little butterflies on there that she has die cut and stuck. And the butterflies actually have a little bit of a texture to them. It feels like the paper that she die cut these out of had a little bit of like a, I don't know, it feels like it's like ruching or something on them, but there's a definite pretty texture. So it's not just a plain cardstock. It's very pretty. I love that. All right, this next batch of cards, They came as part of a Christmas set, but the reason why I'm pulling them is because there's a couple elements in these that you could so totally do yourself, and there's no sentiments on them, so it still kind of fits the category. The first one, and this is one of my favorites. I did this, actually got this is from a Christmas card swap, and this is from Monique Ramsey. So pretty. And what she has done is she's taken layers of all these little kind of antler, they're like little twiggy things, layered them up to look like a Christmas tree. But why I think this could be used is for beyond just Christmas, because there's nothing, it looks like a Christmas tree, you're looking through a window, it's so gorgeous. She's got a white cardstock base, a layer of red, a layer of white pattern paper, or white paper that's got dots all over it, and then it's got a windowsill right here with red and right here, and then she's created this tree. But because it reminds me of just winter, you could say, you know, just chilling, it could just be, you know, just be cool. You know, it definitely can have that kind of a feel to it. So this could be sent like an after Christmas and into a winter, or it could be sent in the summer, just, you know, to make you think cool vibes. You know, it could be like a Christmas card in summer, but not Christmas, because it definitely has a different feel to it. And I love that one. That was one, and then it's got these little gems. That took a lot of work to do all these antlers, which is why I kept this one to myself. I'm still in love with that card. It's so gorgeous. This one is done by my friend. This is by my Nadine. And again, it's got this kind of Christmassy vibe with the trees, but because there's no sentiment on there, it could definitely go for something other than Christmas. Now, you could do this exact same pattern, but instead of trees, you could do a different die, simple die with this same concept. So you have a white cardstock base. She has then taken a green foiled paper. This is the Renia foiled paper. And she's done that as a mat. On top of that, what's funny is they both have this white pattern paper, or white paper that's got the dot texture. So either the paper came that way or they embossed themselves. A really pretty bow here, and then another set of die of two trees. They are separate trees, yeah, separate trees that she's die cut out of the same foiled paper. But you could do a different die for this, which is what the inspiration is coming from. So you could definitely take this concept, but you could do a big flower in the middle. It'd be so gorgeous. But this card, because there's no sentiment on there, it could also, they're just trees. These are just evergreen trees. You could use this for all kinds of stuff. Very pretty. All right, this one, and I know it's got a little elf on there, but you know, you could kind of spin it again, because it just is an elf. You could have fun with the concept that it is, you could do that like a play on words, and the fact that, you know, it could be like a little birthday elf or something to that effect. The other concept is, because this card has got some very basic lines, this one actually came from a card swap that I did. She has taken a green pattern paper and she has done all of these stamps, and they are embossed in red. So this is actually red embossing. So that is beautiful enough. And then she's added a simple sticker here. So the concept of doing that on your card, get rid of the fact that this is an elf, put a different sticker on there, and you have an amazing card that is very generic, could be used for just about anything. Change up the colors and you have an amazing card. Don't always go, I have to use exactly those colors. There's so many options for cards. You could have a black, you could do a white cardstock base with black embossing for these circles, and then have a beautiful flower right here. Completely same concept of a card, but changing up how you're doing it, and then the vibe is completely changed. So very cool card. This one's fun. This is kind of a neat idea. This one came from Mitziana. So she gave this, again, this was part of a Christmas card swap, a different swap. I didn't host it, where we all sent cards. And she's just taken a pattern paper. So this is a fun way of getting a paper, and obviously very Christmas because it's Santa Claus on there, but the concept is very simple. All of us, probably at least I do, have a ton of cardstock that has like the project life-size cards. Get one of those, add layers of washi tape, bling it up with a little bit of bling on there. She added a little gem, and boom, there's your card. It's taking from pattern paper. So the concept of how she made this card, everybody could repeat, which is fun. On the inside, she did stamp with a stamp, but you could definitely do a stamp that is anything, or just leave it plain. And you know, the image on the front could be of a palm tree, it could be of a pineapple, it could be of whatever. But the concept that you're taking a pre-made section, washi taping it down, glamming it up a little bit with some stickles and some gems, boom, card done. All right, here's another one that I got from that same. This one is from Michelle Frey Cummings, and she's done something a little different. So what she's done is she's taken a red base for the back of the card, a white base for the front of the card, and then washi taped the two sections together. And again, this was part of a Christmas thing. And so that's what's holding the two pieces. And then she's taken this really cool, and I think she made all this. So this has been embossed, and it's snowflakes. But again, you could do flowers if you don't want to go kind of a frosty snow feel. And she's taken a pattern, or she's taken a piece of paper that she's done a whole bunch of like paint splatters and stuff on, and then die cut out a simple tree. But again, you could die cut out a flower, you could die cut out a palm tree, you could die cut out whatever you want. But even the tree, because of the colors of this paper, I don't automatically think Christmas, which is kind of fun. You could definitely use this concept of a card with a lot of other things. And I believe she made this pattern paper right here with all layers of paint, let it dry, and then just die cut out the tree, stick it on top, and boom, done. That's awesome. All right, so here is one. This one is from Monique Ramsey. I pulled a lot of her cards from previous because I hadn't hung on to them. Now I know this has got little snowmen on there and it's got frosty and snowflakes all over the place, but again, there's no sentiment on this. So you could send this to somebody going, hey, just chill, or just thinking of you, and hope you're just hanging out and being chill. There's a lot of ways that you could go with it. It's a yellow cardstock base. We have the snowflake pattern paper, 2 layers of die cuts. She's added a layer of silver dotted trim and pen all the way around, stamped this snowman, so cute, colored them in, these beautiful little layers of this kind of mesh stuff, and then a little snowflake in the center. You could take this concept of this card right here, but instead of doing snowman, you could do another stamped image. You could do a butterfly. I mean, there's so many options. Put a butterfly here in a corner. Instead of having snowflake pattern paper, have a stripe, have a dot pattern paper, and it would still work. So the concept of what you're doing for this card, take the pattern, take the design for that, and then go with it. But even then there's snowman on there. I wouldn't mind getting a snowman card in the middle of summer. I think that would be rocking because it is hotter than hot right now here in Texas. So getting a snowman card would be so fun. This was actually from Dawn Ray, and this came as part of our Valentine's Day swap. But again, because there's no sentiment on there, this is just a love card. What if your anniversary is coming up? You can give them a love card. Just thinking of you card. Sympathy card is hearts. Hearts just to me means love. It doesn't mean automatically Valentine's Day. So it's such a cool card. So this one, again, it's got that mesh stuff. I seem to keep all the ones with mesh, right? So it's got this mesh lining here. She's done a folded card, white card base, add a layer of red pattern paper with these mesh right here, folded it over. We have another banner of the same red, which is down here, and then a series of die cut hearts. And some of the hearts pop up, which is why I kept this one. I loved it. It was so cute. I get to keep some of the ones because I make cards, so I get to keep parts of the swaps. So some of them I have used, some of them I keep. Depends. So that is a really fun card. All right, I know this is like very much like baby Jesus and very mangery, but picture this as just a snow globe, right? People collect snow globes when they go on vacation. So this concept of this card is so cool. It's a snow globe card. It's got very much Christmassy feel, but what if the image on the inside, so if you've got the snow globe die, heart, blah, 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 what if the image on the inside, you took a different die cut sentiment or a stamp, and it was an image of a forest, image of a beach? It's very much, you could take this concept of the snow globe card, which is so stinking pretty. Again, this is by Dawn Ray. Same person made both these cards. Very pretty. It's whatever's on the inside of it. So this could be, like have a great vacation kind of card, or, it definitely has a different vibe to it if you just change what the image is on the inside. You could even keep the foiling and it'd be like a picture of a forest, which looks so cool. I mean, there's so many options. It could be a picture of a city background. That'd be kind of cool, like, Empire State Building, New York City skyline. If you could find something, it doesn't even have to be die cut. It could be embossed on the inside, or it could just be a stamp that you place on the inside there too. But it's a very fun idea. Love that little snow globe feeling of a card. So cool. All right, so here's another very simple one. Again, sentimentless. It is supposed to be very much this is a Happy Holidays. I got this from Troy Allen. This is an older card that I have. It's one where she has like hand drawn the circle, done all the lining on the inside, but it's just very simple, and then a bow on the top. So it's made to look like an ornament, but the colors that have been picked make it look like it's a little bit different. It's a very different vibe. Again, because it's a ball and an ornament, I've seen people do ornaments for Easter. I've seen people do ornaments for summer. I've seen people do ornaments for all kinds of stuff. So you could definitely do a pattern that would be very different, and it kind of reminds me of Christmas, but again, it doesn't. So you gave this to somebody and you write on the inside, and this is Happy Holidays, but if you wrote on the inside Happy Birthday, you know, and you kind of do a play on the fact that it's a Christmas ball or like an ornament ball, you can have all kinds of fun with that. So just keeping very simple, but look at the amount of detail work. I think she did this by hand. This is all hand done on the inside and then colored in. That took a lot of work. Awesome. These are 3 cards I made a while ago, and I know they're not the A2 size cards that I normally have for my card swaps, but I wanted to show you another version of just generic cards. So here are 3 versions of very much the same kind of card. The card base is one that is from Canvas Core, and it's already got a stitch on the inside. Now I do have a sentiment that is on the inside of all of them, but you don't have to do that. You could leave that completely out. So on the front, it's got a stitched canvas, and then I splattered it with all different fun, pretty mists. And I layered the mist. This is very pink. This is a greeny yellow, and this is a purpley blue. So all the colors kind of fit together. This one does kind of lend to be kind of a birthday because there's cupcakes on the flowers, but it could also just be a, hey, be sweet kind of card. So it's 3 flowers cascading up in 3 different sizes, and then I put a little, like a little enamel dot on the inside. It's got 2 layers of pattern paper here. So there's a layer here, and there's a kind of a creamy cardstock, and then there's these little cute resin pieces that are these bows. And again, I kind of mix match the bows that are on here. So I think there's a video for this one. If there is, I'll put the link up in the iCard. I cannot remember if I did it. This was made a while ago, and I've hung on to them. And I finally, was digging through a box, and I came across them and was like, ooh, I should show these again, because they really are just super sweet, and they're very, very easy. It's just splatters, some flowers, a couple of strips, and you have the right elements, and it just makes it super simple. So love that. And the fact that there's a canvas on there, it does the work for you, which is so awesome. All right, the next 3 cards I don't personally have anymore, but I have pictures of them. So the first one, here it is. It is one using, actually, it's a very similar card, but instead of canvas, it is a burlap, but it's the same concept. And it's just using gems and a pretty flower and just keeping it simple, but I already gave that away. There is a video on how I created that card up in the iCard, and you can also find it at the end on how to create generic cards. So make sure you take a look for that. This next one is one that uses the foiled paper, the same foiled paper that you saw on this card with the tree, but mine is in black, so here it is. And it does have a very much of a Valentine's Day card, but it's hearts and there's no sentiment on it. So it could definitely go towards just a love or, you know, I love you, anniversary, anything along those lines. And there is a video on how I made that one as well. So again, don't forget to check up in the iCard or at the end for that video. And this last one, again, it's all about hearts. So take a look here. Super, super simple. There is a video for that as well, so don't forget to check again up in the iCard or at the end video. There's going to be a playlist of a whole bunch of sentiment or no sentiment type cards, so ideas, more ideas of how you can find them. And it is again using that foiled paper, but in some other fun colors. And again, it's hearts, but because there's no sentiment on it, it could lend to being just about anything. You could use it for all kinds of stuff. So thanks so much for stopping by and checking out all these amazing cards from the swap. A couple are just to show you some extra ideas of how to get to do a no sentiment or generic card to keep in your stash to use whenever you need it, because man, sometimes do I need a card? We have a birthday, we have a party we're going to, a thank you, I'm mailing off something I need to send a card to. It's nice to have a few just ready to go that are for anything, which is fantastic. Amazing cards by all these ladies. They did such a fantastic job. If you'd like to join my card swap, link is going to be down below, or you can check that out. It's a Facebook group. And thanks so much for stopping by, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys again later. Bye-bye.